Rich Dad Poor Dad Book Summary. A contrast between is being poor and being destitute. Broke is transitory. Poor is everlasting. Caste goes back and forth, yet assuming that you have the training about how caste functions, you gain control over it and can start creating financial momentum. Individuals' lives are always constrained by two feelings, dread and avarice. Such countless individuals say, Gracious, I am not intrigued by caste. Yet they'll work at a specific employment for 8 hours every day. Feeling that a task makes you secure is misleading yourself. Insight tackles issues and creates caste. You should know the contrast between a resource and a responsibility, and purchase resources. A resource places cash in your pocket. A risk removes cash from your pocket. Lack of education, both in words and numbers, is the underpinning of monetary battle. Cash frequently makes clear our soaking human imperfections, putting a focus on what we don't have the foggiest idea. Income recounts the tale of how an individual handles cash. The vast majority fail to see the reason why they battle monetarily in light of the fact that they don't comprehend income. The main cost for a great many people is charges. Higher earnings cause higher duties. This is known as section creep. More cash rarely tackle somebody's cash issues. The apprehension about being different keeps the vast majority from looking for better approaches to take care of their concerns. An individual can be exceptionally taught, expertly fruitful, and monetarily ignorant. Numerous monetary issues are brought about by attempting to stay aware of the junges. When you comprehend the contrast among resources and liabilities, focus your endeavors on purchasing by creating resources. The issue with essentially working harder is that every one of these three levels takes a more prominent portion of your expanded endeavors. You want to figure out how to have your expanded endeavors benefit you and your family straightforwardly. Abundance is an individual's capacity to endure so many number of days forward, or on the other hand, on the off chance that I quit working today, how long might I at any point make due? The rich purchase resources. The poor just have costs. The working class purchase liabilities they believe are resources. The rich spotlight on their resource sections while every other person centers around their pay proclamations. Monetary battle is in many cases straightforwardly the consequence of individuals working for their entire lives for another person. The error in becoming what you study is that such a large number of individuals neglect to stay out of other people's affairs. They spend their lives disapproving of another person's business and making that individual rich. To turn out to be monetarily secure, an individual necessitates to stay out of other people's affairs. Monetary battle is many times the consequence of individuals working for their entire lives for another person. The essential explanation most of poor people and working class are monetarily moderate, and that signifies, I can't bear to face challenges, is that they have no monetary establishment. One of the fundamental reasons total assets isn't precise is just on the grounds that the second you start selling your resources, you are burdened for any additions. Another vehicle loses almost 25% of the cost you pay for it the second you drive it off the parcel. Minimize costs, diminish liabilities, and constantly construct a base of strong resources. Kiyosaki says he possesses business that don't need his presence. On the off chance that I need to work there, it's anything but a business. It turns into my work. As indicated by Kiyosaki, genuine resources fall into the accompanying classes. 1. Stocks, 2. Bonds, 3. Income producing land, 4. Notes, I use, eminences from licensed innovation like music, scripts, and licenses. Whatever else that has esteem, produces pay or appreciates, and has a prepared market. For individuals who disdain land, they shouldn't get it. Kiyosaki by and large holds land for under 7 years. Begin staying out of other people's affairs. Keep your daytime work. However, begin purchasing genuine resources, not liability. At the point when Kiyosaki said stay out of other people's affairs, he implies building and keeping your resource segment solid. When a dollar goes into it, never let it emerge. The best thing about cash is that it works 24 hours every day and can work for ages. A significant differentiation is that rich individuals purchase extravagances last, while poor people and working class will more often than not buy extravagances first. A genuine extravagance is a compensation for putting resources into and fostering a genuine resource. Kiyosaki's rich father didn't see Robin Hood as a legend. He called Robin Hood a hooligan. Assuming you work for cash, you provide the capacity to your boss. Assuming that cash works for you, you keep the power and control it. Every dollar in my resource segment was an extraordinary worker endeavoring to make more representatives and purchase the manager another post. Kiyosaki reminds individuals that monetary intelligence level is comprised of information from 4 expansive subject matters. 1. Bookkeeping, 2. Financial planning, 3. Figuring out business sectors. The law, a company procures, spends all that it can, and is burdened on whatever is left. It's one of the greatest legitimate expense escape clauses that the rich use. Garrett Sutton's books on enterprises give awesome understanding into the force of individual partnerships. Frequently in reality, not the brilliant excel, yet the strong. Kiyosaki sees one thing in like manner within each one of us, himself included. We as a whole have huge potential, and we as a whole are honored with gifts. However, the one thing that keeps us all down is some level of self-question. Kiyosaki would say, your monetary virtues equines both specialized familiarities as well as mental fortitude. Kiyosaki generally urges grown-up understudies to view art games as reflecting back to them what they know and what they need to realize. Games reflect conduct. They are moment input frameworks. Monetary knowledge is just having more choices. The absolute most impressive resource we as a whole have is our brain. In the event that it is prepared well, it can make tremendous riches. The world is continuously giving you amazing chances, the entire life, yet over and over again we neglect to see them. Richard utilizes two principal vehicles to accomplish monetary development: land and little cap stocks. Basic math and presence of mind are all you really want to do well monetarily. The issue with secure ventures is that they are much of the time clean, that is to say, made so protected that the increases are less. It isn't betting assuming you understand what you're doing. It is betting in the event that you're simply tossing cash into an arrangement and imploring. A great many people never get rich just in light of the fact that they are not prepared monetarily, perceive valuable open doors directly before they. Incredible open doors are not seen with your eye. They are seen with your brain. You need to have hardly any familiarity with Atonvo's rich father's idea. Work is an abbreviation for simply overbroke. Peer not too far off at what abilities they need to procure prior to picking a particular calling and prior to getting caught in a futile way of life. Training is more significant than cost over the long haul. The explanation such countless capable individuals are poor is on the grounds that they center around building a superior cheeseburger and know hardly anything about business frameworks. The primary administration abilities required for progress are the executives of income, the executives of frameworks, the executives of individuals. The main specific abilities are deals and advertising. To be really rich, we should have the option to give as well as to get. Giving cash is the key to most extraordinary rich families. The essential distinction between a rich individual and a needy individual is the way they oversee trade. There are 5 primary motivations behind why monetarily proficient individuals might in any case not foster plentiful resource sections that could create an enormous income. The 5 reasons are dread, pessimism, apathy, negative behavior patterns, presumption. For the vast majority, the explanation they don't win monetarily is on the grounds that the aggravation of losing cash is far more noteworthy than the delight of being rich. Disappointment rouses victors. Disappointment routs wasouts. Land is a strong speculation device for anybody looking for monetary autonomy or opportunity. An extraordinary property director is critical to outcome in land. The most well-known type of apathy is remaining occupied. Rich father accepted that the words I can't bear the cost of it set down your mind. How might I bear the cost of it? Opens up conceivable outcomes, energy, and dreams. At the point when you end up keeping away from something you realize you ought to do, then the main thing to ask yourself is, how might this benefit me? Be somewhat insatiable. It's the best solution for lethargy. Richard has found that many individuals use haughtiness to attempt to conceal their own obliviousness. There is gold all over the place. The vast majority are not prepared to see it. To find million-dollar arrangements that could only be described as epic expects us to approach our monetary virtuoso. An explanation or an intention is a blend of needs and don't needs. The vast majority just purchase ventures as opposed to first putting resources into finding out about effective financial planning. Richard accepts perhaps of the hardest thing about growing a substantial financial foundation is to be consistent with yourself and to not oblige the group. The rich realize that reserve funds are simply used to make more cash, not to take care of bills. The refined financial banker's most memorable inquiry is, how quick do I get my cash back? On the off chance that Richard could leave one single thought with you, it is that thought. Whenever you feel short or needing something, give what you need first and it will return quite a while. In the realm of bookkeeping, there are 3 unique kinds of pay: standard, procured, portfolio, uninvolved.